Pepperdine University professor Michael Shires is here to talk about impeachment and this week's Democratic debate. But we do want to begin with the impeachment hearings. Good morning.
Good morning.
So did any of this week's testimony actually move the needle for the independents or moderate Republicans or even Democrats?
Well, both sides heard what they wanted to hear from the testimony, right? Democrats are excited and Republicans are excited because they didn't think the smoking gun was produced. And so, the independents are sitting there saying, I'm not sure I heard a story. If you look at the polls, Trump is rising in swing states across the board. In independents, support for impeachment has declined dramatically over the course of this testimony. So Democrats, a week ago, if you'd asked me, are they going to impeach the president, I would have said 90%. I'm down around 65, 70% now.
Really?
I mean, there's a lot of momentum there, but there's a tactical aspect to this that the Democrats are going to have to deal with.
Yeah, well, let's talk a little bit about, hearing any aha moments in this week's term.
Again, it depends on which side you're on. If you're a Democrat, well, the president, said that there was a quid pro quo. Well, did he actually say that? No, he actually said the opposite, right? And so there was this sort of inconsistency in the testimony that really left both sides to be able to say, hey, our case was proven. So, I'm not sure there's an aha moment out there. For those swing voters, they turned off the TV. They're just tired of it.
Yeah. Okay, let's switch to the debates. We're tired of that too. So who were the winners and the losers?
Well, it was interesting because I think all the candidates had their best night across the board with the exception of Elizabeth Warren and Joe Biden, who are the two front runners.
Yeah.
Right? And so you kind of look at this and say, okay, and nobody really targeted them. Nobody treated them as the focus. And so it was a very interesting debate. Now, by the way, lowest ratings, people are getting tired. You're right. People are just disconnecting from this process. There's an interesting interaction with impeachment here. You have senators, right? Booker, Harris, Klobuchar, Warren. If there is a trial in the Senate, they're going to have to come off the campaign trail.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, Vice President Biden testify. All of these candidates are going to have to come off the campaign trail and be part of this impeachment process. It has a huge impact for the other candidates in the field.
Yeah, because it could be a long time for them too. We are now 10 weeks from the Iowa caucus. What does history tell us we should look for over the next two months? You think we're going to see people dropping out quickly, or what's going to happen?
There's going to be a few folks who don't have enough money to go ahead, and those are names that you just don't hear talked about. You're going to have Bloomberg. He's already spent more in one day than any presidential candidate. I think you're going to see a bunch of activity, right? This is the sort of nameplate. If you get momentum out of these two, and Buttigieg has seen himself rise.
Yeah.
Now that means he hasn't been the target yet. Now he's the target.
Okay.
And so we'll see what that does. You're just going to see a ton of activity. You're going to see barbecues, picnics. You're going to see them buying steak dinners, giving away cars, giving away cash. You name it. Everything's fair game at this point in Iowa.
And real quick before we let you go, let's talk a little bit about the IGS report.
This is an interesting time because you have this whole trial of the Republican leadership, right? The President of the United States. There's another conversation coming out where the senior members of the Obama administration, including Vice President Biden, part of corruption in the last administration. And so there's going to be, I personally think that American voters are going to turn off their TVs and I hope they celebrate the holidays with their families and really draw closer together, because that's what the country needs right now, not the kind of division that we're going to see exploding on our TV screens over the next month.
All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us this morning, and time will all tell.
It's great to be here, and hey, go Bruins.
You got on the blue and gold. I see that. All right. Thank you.